difficulties. Thank you very much, Jeff. Thank you. I have to be honest with you, I'm not really sure where to begin this morning, and I'm just as unsure as where we're going to get to. It's not that I haven't had the opportunity to work on a sermon or some thought to share with you, but this has been, probably like most of us here this morning, a little bit of a hairy week, a full week, a busy week, a tiring week. There's been a lot of good that's come out of it. A lot of good, which I and Lynn are grateful for, and which I think all of us, if we take a minute, can appreciate a little more. I know I'm talking in riddles and vague terms, so let me get back to some place where we can jump off together. I fell in love with the ocean the first time we made it to the North Carolina coast, and I saw it for the first time in real life. It was absolutely awe-inspiring to me. So vast, so big, so beautiful, the sounds. And when I'm working in the office, I have one of those, maybe it's from the 70s, the 80s, I don't know exactly when it's from, one of those sound machines on my table. And it has all of the different, like, tropical rainforest, waterfall, ocean sounds. And I turn that on because I find that very, very relaxing. It kind of energizes my mind, my heart. It moves me. But the other Sunday, I was having just a passing conversation with someone here before we started church about the first time they had experienced a hurricane. And I thought, that's kind of interesting. When you stop and think about it, that I sit in there and listen to this, what I find calm and soothing ocean sound. But if you are stuck on the coast and one of these storms comes rolling across, it is an entirely different situation. You really get caught up in the event. I've not had the pleasure of being in a hurricane. Maybe a lot of you have. Perhaps it is just absolutely no fun at all, and you do kind of duck and cover and hope for the best. But a lot of times, not just with hurricanes, but with life, and dealing with the things that we have to deal with in life, we get caught up in them, and they become very troubling events in our lives. I don't know what it might be for you or for me, but I know that there are those things. Perhaps we go to the doctor about something that we find on our arm, and all of a sudden it's far worse than what we find on our arm. Perhaps it's in dealing with someone else. We wish for them to have a full, a complete, a very, for lack of a better word, prosperous life. But yet there they are, wherever they are, perhaps overshadowed by some darkness, perhaps facing whatever troubles they want to, and we just can't give to them what we want to give to them. You're trying to make it to church on time, and it seems like you hit every red light up Highway 41. That one happened this morning. And I know some of those are little things. And some of them are big things. Because when it comes to our health, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, when it comes to our well-being, those are big things. So I don't mean to make light of them in any way, shape, or form, but I do want to draw out the point that there are events in our lives that we simply have to contend with and deal with. But the experience of those events makes a big difference. You walk out in the morning to go to work and you've got a flat tire. Oh, Lord, save me. Well, I don't know about you, but I don't anticipate God changing the tire for you or miraculously making it go, okay? Wait, okay. Wake your husband up. Yes. So there you are facing an event, a flat tire. And we seem to get so caught up in that event. Or whatever choice words you might want to say. And then finally you go and get your husband, who then says his choice words and kicks another tire, which I don't know, maybe it goes flat. And so you've got two flat tires. And you're sitting there in the midst of this event, but we miss the experience. Maybe in the midst of this flat tire, there is some sense of patience we are to draw out of. Perhaps, if we expand our view of the whole situation, we see that, well, at least I wasn't rolling down 41 at 70 miles an hour and the tire went, or I wasn't off over on some back road all by myself, late, and the tire go, well, you call yourself, never mind. I'm on the wrong side of this, I'm beginning to feel, Grace. Yeah, there you go. So when we look at the experience itself, it moves beyond the event. When we get in touch with the experience, I find, hopefully you find too, that we find ourselves more in touch with God. Who knows? Maybe that flat tire kept us from being out in the middle of traffic when something horribly tragic might have happened. I can't say to you this morning that, yes, I know God gives us flat tires for a reason. But I can say this morning that in the reasons that we find for so much of what transpires in our life, what takes place in our life, not just the events, but seeing the experience that is laid before us, there is something that God does indeed give to us in the midst of all of that. What is it? It depends. Perhaps it's not that thing that we can hang on to. Perhaps it's hope. This will get better. The strength to persevere and get through whatever this is. Perhaps even joy. You know, for the week that has been passed and all the work that has been done by so many people, pretty spunky bunch this morning. Every morning. There's a joy. How many puppets do you know of that get applause? There's a peace. Not just not having silence, and believe me, this past week, we've not had silence at all around our house. Whether we're looking at it as a new parsonage or whether we're looking at it as 1909 Harding Avenue in Evansville. Because in one place, there's just been the clamoring and clattering of rollers and brushes and ladders and things being wheeled around. Oh Lord, I wish we had some pictures from things happening over at the new parsonage. I really do, to show you. It's been noisy over there. The construction guys are still working while the rollers are going slappity, 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 slappity. And then take a few minutes to go in. I work in the office a little bit. Yes, I'm whining some. And then I get in the car and I go back down home, and there is our 6 grandchildren that range from 2 and 2 to 6 and 7 and 4 and 9. And Poppy, 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 Poppy. And it is amazingly wonderful. not because of the events of grandchildren being in and being able to be with them, not just because of the event of getting a great deal accomplished at the parsonage, but the experience where God gives us whatever graciously is needed. I'll tell you the parable of painting the parsonage. There were two men. Wait a minute. Are you cleaning paint off his elbow? Never mind. Okay. There were two men. Okay, yeah. There were two men, and they wanted so dearly to paint this parsonage, to get it done. And they sent out word among all the people, the parsonage will begin to be painted come Monday. And the night before, one man said to the other, no one has responded. No. I certainly understand. Lynn
They would have been happy to help.
Lynn chose the better part. She had 6 of them and assorted to other children. I understand. But this event was doomed to fail. And lo and behold, come Monday morning, what, 9? 9. And the day after that, 9. 10. Day after that, 10. Third day, 10. We skipped Wednesday. Well, skipped part of Wednesday. So the event happened. But what was more glorious was the fact of the experience that was all wrapped up and underlying this event. Oh, we sweat like horses. I don't know if there was a one of us. I don't know. David and Marilyn looked pretty cool when they were over there, and it may just be something that they know a secret. I don't know. But sweat, ached. We have people that I'd look at and go, why are you doing that? Why are you painting? And they're just merrily rolling or cutting in or picking up or washing out brushes. And we're talking and we're carrying on and we're getting to know each other a little bit more, getting to know things about each other that we hadn't known before. The experience became an amazingly wonderful, life-transforming event, if you will. But it was the experience that we all joined into. A bunch of sweaty people with paint splackled all over them, laughing. It's really hard to imagine, but it happened. What I'm trying to get at this morning is that even though the event and the experience of the event are not separate things, to get caught up in one aspect, just the event, oh, why, Lord, is this happening to me, is missing what the Lord may be providing for you in the experience. It's the way it works. And I believe with all that I am and all that I have, that the more we align ourselves with God and fall into step with the work that is bringing the kingdom to be here and now, in whatever way that takes form, the better off we'll be. Will we not be sick? No, we'll be sick. Will we not die? Oh, we'll pass from here in the hands of those that love us and surround us into greater hands. Will we not hurt? Will we not be harmed? Oh, we will. Because that's life. That's the event that we're in the midst of. But getting in line with God allows us to experience even the tragedies in new ways that are profound and powerful in changing us.